Tourism and hospitality are two of the most visible industries on social media, presumably because people would rather share their holidays and pictures of food than updates about their visit to their accountant or doctor. But while social media has created many opportunities for tourism businesses and destinations, the vast array of different platforms and the always-on, instantaneous nature of social media also creates challenges. Let's demystify the social media landscape and look at how tourism businesses can adopt a strategic approach to avoid some of the challenges and pitfalls of using social media. We can organise most social media sites into 10 major categories. These include social networks, location-based services, blogs and microblogs, chat and instant messaging, wikis, forums, product review sites, media sharing, peer-to-peer networks, and virtual social worlds. Some social media providers like Facebook and WeChat cover multiple categories, while others specialise in one of these areas. It's really important to remember that many of these social media platforms have their own equivalents in China, so tourism operators engaging with the Chinese market also need to develop expertise in these platforms. Many businesses think of social media as a marketing tool, but it actually makes more sense to describe social media as a communications tool, because most of the information on social media is user-generated content. Our research has shown that word of mouth is consistently the most important and trusted information source for travellers. Social media is really the electronic version of word of mouth, so we call it electronic word of mouth, or EWOM. EWOM is an extremely potent source of information for other travellers who might be planning hotel stays, flights and holidays. For businesses, there is significant reputational risk if social media is not managed strategically. A strategic approach means that organisations need to plan their engagement with social media. This involves learning what social media can do by using it, studying case studies, hearing from practitioners, and exploring the latest trends. The organisation also needs to prioritise its social media objectives. These objectives may include marketing, customer engagement, public relations and engagement. There are risks attached to the use of social media, and it's important to establish a governance framework to identify opportunities, manage risk and to establish policies. Once this framework is in place, the organisation should project manage its social media efforts by defining key activities and stages. And if necessary, the organisation should invest in developing the capabilities of social media champions. The nature of social media means that the organisation needs to engage in conversation regularly and to listen by monitoring markets, communities and key influencers. Finally, a strategic approach requires that efforts are measured and refined by establishing key performance indicators and reporting mechanisms. Let's now take a look at some of the key strategic applications of social media. Most businesses think of social media as a marketing and sales tool. Most social media platforms provide opportunities for organic marketing as well as paid advertising. But it's also important to understand that different social media platforms appeal to different target markets. But marketing is just one of several social media applications. Social media also generates a vast amount of big data, which can be mined for market intelligence. This includes information about market trends, customer sentiment, and the activities of competitors. Social media also allows companies to listen directly to customers by encouraging questions, feedback and suggestions. Let's take a quick look at how one company is harnessing the power of big data to provide hotels and other tourism businesses with valuable insights into guest satisfaction.
The main benefit actually for using big data to benchmark guest satisfaction is actually almost like taking it back to the initial thing, is that every single guest review and every single guest survey tells something quite critical to an organisation about what people think about their brand. And so what we do is provide the analytics to be able to actually benchmark every single one of those reviews, and that's obviously a huge advantage.
Social media is also a public relations tool and an increasingly important customer service touchpoint. A glance at any travel organisation's Facebook page or Twitter profile will reveal that travellers use these platforms to ask questions. The use of chatbots can automate the process of responding to some of these complaints. Customers also use social media to post compliments and complaints. Clever handling of complaints in these public forums sends a message to other customers that the organisation takes its customer service obligations seriously. Let's take a look at a few examples.
Social media for us is something that we use to communicate to our guests quite a lot. As well, we find a lot of guests are, checking in or tagging us on Instagram, and we always try and reply to that, whether or not it's a like or a comment. But then we're also seeing a lot of guests private messaging us, whether it's before their stay or during the stay, if they need to organise something, if they've got an early check-in, or even if they've got a complaint, we're finding they're, sending a message straight away. And that allows our team to kind of act on it and fix the problem straight away.
Consider the following example of a guest named Chris Hearn who stayed at the Ritz-Carlton on Amelia Island in Florida with his family. When the family checked out of the hotel, Hearn's young son forgot his beloved stuffed giraffe, Joshy. Figuring the giraffe was lost forever, Hearn told his son that Joshy was just staying on vacation a little longer. When hotel staff called Hearn to say they found Joshy, he was relieved but asked the hotel to help him substantiate the story that Joshy was relaxing a bit longer at the hotel. Hearn asked if someone could take a picture of Joshy in a lounge chair by the pool. The Ritz obliged but went one step further, sending Hearn a package that included Joshy, some merchandise and a book full of pictures of Joshy enjoying all of the amenities at the hotel. Hearn was so impressed by the customer service that he shared his experience on social media, including photos taken by hotel staff. Companies like ReviewPro are harvesting real-time guest satisfaction data from social media so that hotels can respond to service failures instantly. Consider the following example.
So it may be the housekeeping supervisor has a real-time alert from a guest that's in-house that's completed their in-stay survey, and they've said that the towels are dirty or the bed's not clean, something like that. Their housekeeping supervisor might receive that alert on their mobile application and be able to action that straight away.
These examples illustrate that social media is a powerful platform for converting disgruntled customers and creating positive public relations and customer service interactions. However, it's important to ensure that all social media channels are monitored and that complaints are addressed quickly and professionally. While most of our strategic applications focus on business-to-customer interactions, the potential for business-to-business applications should not be overlooked. Social media creates opportunities for travel companies to recruit staff. Social media also provides a perfect business-to-business platform for virtual collaboration, partnerships, mentoring and support. Here in Brisbane, a company called Tourism Tribe has created an innovative online community to help develop the digital capacity of tourism businesses. Let's take a look.
Tourism Tribe is all about people who work in tourism being able to improve their businesses and grow their own capability as well, knowledge and also skills, particularly in the digital space. So really helping the industry to catch up in some cases and stay on top and optimise what they're doing in digital marketing. And how we do that is connecting them to each other, so connecting them with their peers in industry, and that may be another tourism business in somewhere in Queensland, it could be somewhere else in Australia or the world, and also experts in various disciplines of digital marketing and support. So we provide the ability for them to be able to ask questions and get answers, and we have a help desk as well and a whole stack of learning resources too.
Social media is fast becoming the preferred mode of communication for many visitors. We're increasingly living blended lives made up of a mix of real-world and virtual experiences. In the future, new technologies will allow us to move seamlessly between social media and real-world interactions. Visitors and guests will expect real-time engagement from businesses to answer questions, resolve complaints, or co-create value. To make the most of their engagement with social media, tourism and hospitality providers will need to be strategic in their quest to build social currency.